Welcome to the Astoria Film Festival virtual step and repeat interviews.
All right, I'm Jacob Pincus. I live right outside Cleveland, Ohio. I'm 17 years old, going to be a senior in high school next year. And I made a film called Stronger Than Steel, which is going to be shown at the Astoria Film Festival. And it's about the rally right after the shooting in the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And as you'll see, I grew up at that synagogue, and now I live in Cleveland, but I lived in Pittsburgh for the first 8 years of my life. So we went back to this, when we went back to Pittsburgh for a funeral 2 days later, and there was a rally. And so it's about a community like rebuilding itself after destruction, and how uniting can be make a bigger impact than the division that we feel is really making the biggest impact.
Mm-hmm. And how did you come up with this idea, or like what did your experiences lead you to?
So my parents were planning on going to Pittsburgh. It's only 2 hours away. The night before, and then I asked if I could join them. And being a filmmaker, I asked them, so I asked if I could join, and being a filmmaker, I brought my camera, not really thinking of much to do with it, but I thought it would be a maybe good, healthy way to process my emotions, I guess. So I just started filming, and then I asked one person for an interview, and then I asked another person, and that person gave me to another person. So it was kind of just like building a story as I went. And I didn't really have any approach going in. So it was kind of difficult after in the editing process, trying to find a story to really find a direction that wasn't just like, this is what happened. I wanted to like tell a narrative.
And you said that not a lot of people that you know are interested in filmmaking. So how did you get involved with filmmaking?
I'm basically mostly self-taught. Like I remember like all of 8th grade and like some 9th grade, I would just watch. I've seen basically every single YouTube video about filmmaking that exists on the internet. So I literally just, before I even basically knew how to use my own camera, I was just watching everybody use theirs. And then in the middle of freshman year, I started like a photography and videography business. Filmmaking now would not be nearly where it is if I didn't start that business, because I would have just had that original DSLR and I wouldn't have been as like motivated to like tell stories.
And so do you think you'll be working on more films coming up, or more documentaries, or different genres?
So I'm actually finishing up a film right now that'll be done in the next week. It's a narrative drama. It's around 10 minutes long. I want to start going more into narrative pieces. Documentary is more attainable, especially if you're the only one making it. Mm-hmm. You don't have a crew, you don't have somebody on the boom, or you don't have a producer, you don't have an assistant editor. Which some other teenagers have in America, but so filmmaking is so documentaries are a good start. But so this last film, it was I was planning on making a film all year, but I didn't really have time. And then when quarantine started, I thought that I would like take advantage of my extra time. So I wrote up a script. April 6th is when I first wrote it, and then I shot it in May, and then I've been editing it, and it should be done soon. So I'm also finishing another documentary, which is like a longer, like 20-minute documentary that I filmed after my freshman year about my current synagogue. It's not as interesting, but I kind of want to ease out of documentary, because I think I'll always have like that there for me, but and focus more on script writing and narrative filmmaking.
That's interesting. And any last comments you would like to make?
No, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be in the film festival, and hope you all enjoy my film.